for tuning in today. Really appreciate that. My name is Scott. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Go Small, Live Large. YouTube channel dedicated to the Class B, that would be a van, lifestyle. What do you think of those chassis? Yeah, this video was recorded in June 2021 at the Coachmen Factory campus. And you saw a lot of coaches there. Today, the video we're going to do has three parts. I'm going to give you a quick tour of the Ford Transit base Beyond, and then we're going to have Nick Recchio. He is a general manager at Coachmen RV's Class B division. Walk us through some of the innovative elements of the Beyond itself, and more importantly, why they do what they do. That's very different than just features and benefits. And the third part is I give you manufacturer photographs, specifications, and the price at the end, so you don't want to miss any of that. Check out my website, GoSmallLiveLarge.com. We got a lot of events going on. While the video you're going to see is recorded in June of 2021, this intro is recorded at the end of August 2021, currently running Route 66 all the way from Chicago to LA. So if you like places, you like people, and you like vans and RVs, van tours, you don't want to miss a single video, subscribe to the channel. Let's jump into it. Really clean cab, I like that. The additional storage, very nice. A little netty thing here, which is super cool. Talk about the bathroom at length. Here's additional storage here with the springy things. I love that. Just a really nice bathroom. Curious there's no vent, but the MaxxAir fan is right above it. Nice instrument panel, that's cool. Outlets, induction, spice rack things. I just love this touch. I think it looks so modern. And of course the backlit cabinets are just really, really lovely. Backlit all the way down and carpeted side, top, and bottom. That keeps things from sliding around. Residential faucet, huge sink, has with a cover. The bed's a little interesting. I think you could probably get away with a twin-size bed if you removed these things and probably don't move a lot. You could probably get away with not having to make the bed up every night. Nice sound system. Subwoofer in the back. Two of them. One, two. Love the reading lights. Very, very nice. TV, great placement. Feels very open. Feels very tall. Is really, really nice. So you might recognize this gentleman. Who are you, sir?
I'm Nick Recchio with Coachmen Class Bs. How's everybody? Scott, nice to see you again.
Thank you. And we are not at an RV show, and that's where you might have recognized this guy from our January Tampa Super Show. He was gracious enough to give us a lot of time, and he invited us then to the factory, and that's where we are today. Look at this behind us.
Welcome to Middlebury.
Rows and rows and rows of vans and chassis, and it's so crazy here in the Elkhart area.
Each B-van manufacturer is coming up with their own story, and you're going to kind of see why. Maybe everybody else went this path, and we kind of veered out a little bit. And a lot, and a lot of it has to do with listening to the customers. And you know, something right here, Scott, if you want to just dive in. Yeah. This is new for this year. Yep, the back end of a Transit. This particular Transit's a 22D lithium. We've got it with the Premier AC, 12-volt ACs running. We'll touch on some of your questions there. But one thing, that feedback from your customers. Listen to your customers. We used to just put a vinyl wrapped panel over the OEM door. Well, with your head always being at the end of the bed, your ears are attached to your head at the end of the bed. You're hearing trucks go by at the end of your bed when you're in Cracker Barrel parking lot, X, Y, and Z place, and we wanted to provide a little bit more insulation. How do we insulate the door? We built out. So behind here, you've got our product called Cozy Wrap. We made a spot for the Ford subwoofer, and now you have a finished off automotive door panel with Cozy Wrap behind it.
And that's a really interesting point, because my van, the coldest point is the back doors. and the cab. We can't do much about insulating glass when we pull the curtain, but this is a huge deal because in the bedroom at night, in the really cold temps, that makes a huge difference, and you cover up the windows. So this is really good. Again, listen to customers.
Yep.
A 4-season-ish
Yep.
is just so important. So you guys, again, iterating and making it. So, and again, it's a Ford Transit
22D. Yep, dinette. This is going to be a floor plan, kind of like yours. More active person, more dog, outdoors,
Garage
skis, garage storage. We've got our new screen. We've been working on screens for a long time. Cashmere 22D. We've got the new Premier AC.
So tell us about that. That is low profile on the inside.
Yes, low profile on the inside. 12-volt air conditioner. We're on our second generation of 12-volt ACs, and we really like the Premier AC. One of the big things that we were touching on before we started the video is why the 12-volt AC? Quietness inside. Brushless motor. We don't have that rumble of the Dometic or a Mach 10 even. But you made mention, why is it that you hear more on the outside of the 12-volt AC than you do on the inside? Well, you've got that brushless motor. A long time ago when the Class Bs just started, you might have seen some Class Bs, maybe an older Road Trek or an older Midwest vans that had the 3 evaporator fans behind the rear axle. And that's one of the 3 fans that you're hearing. When you had that underneath your van, you got about 12 inches. At the bottom of the 12 inches is solid ground, and it's going to reverb back up to the other 12 inches that's solid steel. And then you're going to get this, and it's going to whine and whine and whine. We didn't want to go to the undermount. We wanted to take the undermount capability and put it up top like a traditional AC. So 22D, it's our longest floor. It's our and beyond. This floor plan's been around forever. People love the storage, versatility, the 2 doors. Typically, this is a pet owner. 2 doors, easy access. For this year, we upgraded to a Q foam. Okay, seating is very big to me. So we changed the vinyl up, made the vinyl a little softer, but went to this Q foam, and it's a non-memory foam. Smart TV on all products now. You got the LG TV there. And then we put some residential outlets in here to provide even more USB capability. Again, our charging center, you'll see the USB-C there. Our overhead reading lights also have USBs, so very important world we're in, connectivity. As residential as we can make it. Sometimes it's the guy wants to go, and he is driving the adventure of the purchase of the van, the selecting of the product, and she's just not quite sure about it. So how do we make the job easier for him and better for her? The experience better for her. Let's take as many components from her home and put them in the van so she doesn't feel like she's away from the most important thing that she's comfortable with, and that's her home. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. Nothing wrong with that at all. 36 inches of storage up here. It goes to here. So this is perfect for canvas chairs, baseball chairs. You've got storage underneath there.
Even a utility cord.
Utility cord.
Additional table.
Yep, inserts. So this
is for the...
And then you take the head or the back and take the back, and you've got a RV Queen 68 by 76, if I'm correct. So just shy of 60 by 80.
And this is kind of cool with the...
yeah. Get you a little bit extra head space.
And then that's a lot of engineering.
Yep.
To get that couple inches.
A little beverage holder. This is a lithium coach. So the van's not started. We're running off the lithium battery. Now, we do not run our standard products, ACs, off the AGM battery. You got to have your vehicle started, generator running. We've had a couple instances out there where customers, hey, do I have Li3 or not? They run the AC off their AGM, and we're replacing an AGM.
One of the things I just love about your products is the last thing is so quiet. It's
cool.
Probably half.
Yep.
These are cabinetry.
Yep.
It's just so lovely. So this is kind of a natural maple.
Maple, yep.
And then there's a white.
Yep, we do a white and a cherry. White, maple's number one. White is right on its tail. The beautiful cabinetry. And the cabinetry really, it's pretty, but it's more function, that it is put together the right way, that you're not going to know you've got bad cabinetry in 2 years.
And it's real wood.
And it's solid real wood.
Amish make this for you? Is that comes out of Amish
yep.
Talk about windows for a minute.
Sure,
'Cause
great question.
Super, I just love my acrylic windows that flip out. You guys have on the Nova. I think that's standard, right?
Correct.
So here I'm seeing the side-by-side. It's
Yep.
probably chassis related. But just tell us your approach to windows and the blinds. Because the reason I like my windows the way I have them is I tilt them out, and even in the rain, I can actually have the windows open in a gentle rain with not much wind. So I get all the fresh air, all the nature smells, and there's just something so visceral about having the windows open, maybe the bug screen down, and just taking in nature. I think that's one of the coolest things about being in a van is you're
Absolutely.
in nature, you're not in your house or a big Class A, where you're kind of removed from that experience a little bit. So
Yep.
the windows really enable or disable that. So tell us about the windows.
Yep. We started with Galleria on the Mercedes chassis on the onset. Okay, you can either get a Mercedes with or without windows. We chose to get bring in our Mercedes without windows. The reason being, and you can pan over there, Scott, and you can see graphite. And so the reason being is Mercedes only ships non-vented glass. So it's just solid glass. You can't open it. It's not split. So we said, okay, we're going to put our own windows in the Mercedes. We've got a great window package, really good glass company. And that really worked for Mercedes because it gives us the opportunity to tip the windows out at the bottom and get some cross breeze. Then we brought in the Ford Transit chassis. And we wanted to delete the glass, but it's real hard with Ford, okay? And the one thing that we don't want to do often at the time was to cut into the chassis. All those are pinch welded, and all we got to do is drop in the window and clamp the window in. Then comes Ford. When we started bringing in our Fords, Ford had a OEM rear window with the old T-handle. You'd open like in the olden days with the old T-handle in cars, and we had a lot of problems with that window, okay? And so we said, look, let's get away from the OEM window, and what we do now is we buy this window, and it's got a very nice, easy sliding mechanism to it. Nice large window. Screen can stay. You can slide the glass, screen can stay. But now we put an aftermarket window in, and what's neat about this, Glass Doctor puts these in for me. Instead of us doing it, we reach out to Glass Doctor. How can we ensure that Scott Watson, if he buys a Beyond someday, he has a window problem? Nick, I mean, it's 8 weeks for a dealer, Nick. I mean, I've called around it. Just call Glass Doctor. They'll come out to your house. We're in the system. We're in the system. They've got this van registered in their system. So easy. Make it easy. And again, we have in the Ford here, in the Beyond, we have a blackout. Of course, we all love the NovaCool refrigerator products. Fantastic products. Touching back to one of my favorite drawers in the base cabinet. We got a lot of people trying to copy us here. You will not copy us unless you go to work at Heritage, which is where we buy these from. As we come back, you know, seat covers. Never thought we'd need to do seat covers, but man, since we put them in as an option, everybody's eating them up, and they're just, it adds just a nice element to the Transit chassis.
And on the chassis, so you mentioned a curtain. So if you don't need the curtain for thermal break, you can spin these chairs around.
Absolutely.
We have a element here for a table to go here, so
Yep.
two people can actually be up front.
Yep.
And you can and then have folks in the back.
Absolutely.
So you can have a two.
Yep. Notice seat belts on both sides. That's a commonly asked question.
Yep. Kind of run us through the induction here.
Yeah. So when I started, it was I would say 20% gas, Scott. So when on all of our products, you get a choice, a non-charged choice. You can either get a dual burner Dometic or a single induction. And when I first started, it was probably a 20% take rate. People just weren't familiar with induction in 2017. Everybody was on gas. Right now, I think last year we did 10 gas stoves. everybody's swinging over to induction. I like it for a number of reasons. It's usable countertop space. If I'm getting older every day. If I'm coming in here, you know, tight spaces, and my wife just picks up the pan and I put my hand down here, not going to burn. We got children, grandchildren to worry about. That's very important to us back here. New screen doors, new rear screen, new side screen door. Now we found one that does not have the elastic drawback automatically. Some of our older arthritic clients couldn't handle that tension, so I wanted something free floating to where they can stop it wherever they want. Flat screen works really great for us. Truma combi in here. We love the Truma. Extremely efficient.
And that's where the heat's coming from?
The heat, yep, hot water and your furnace heat.
So do you see a point at some point in the future where you get rid of maybe do an S-bar type, so it's coming off chassis fuel?
We're talking about that.
I'm seeing this makes sense, but then you still have to have propane up for that.
Yep.
Which is kind of like, so
we're
seeing people put S-bar and then this in, and that takes care of heat.
Correct. We are looking at a possible alternative fuel source outside of LP. We understand that one concern is how far back on a BLM road, a Bureau of Land Management road, can I go back without having to worry about maybe bottoming out my LP bottle? That's something we're listening to.
Yeah,
we're listening to.
That's cool. Show us this cool bathroom.
Yeah, our bathroom's a little bit different than most.
It's got antifreeze in it.
Yep, it's got antifreeze in it.
Ships like that.
One thing that we did do this year is the Ozonics Fury shower head. If you take a minute to, I guess, survey YouTube of what is the best aftermarket RV shower head, how does it get conditioner out of her hair, how much airflow or water flow it is, all these metrics. And I spent about a week. I said, look, let's just get this shower head. So
clearly you put a lot of time into your hair too. So.
Yeah. We got the number one thing was the cutoff, was to be able to cut it off in mid shower where we didn't have that capability last. New faucet, got the shower miser here. You might know a little bit about the shower miser for those that are long in the tooth on the water in the shower. So what does this do? This means that I can take this to divert. Over here, Scott, it says divert.
Oh, yeah.
I take this selector, select it to divert. I turn the hot water on. No water is going to be coming out of the shower head or the faucet. It's just going back and it's just circulating. And it's passing by this color-controlled, temperature-controlled plastic substance. As this heats up to 94 degrees, you will see gray stripes start happening. Now you know that your water is getting to temperature. Once this turns, the mushroom cap is what I call it, turns true gray. Now we know this is ready for a hot shower and not a drop has gone wasted. Really nice feature, really nice feature. A lot of people ask us, why do we have this here? And typically the Class B shower is good for a guy like me. All right, I'm a little wider here than I am wider in my shoulders. So if you notice, any little bit helps in a Class B. You take this style, pop it in behind the hardware, and now you just get about 6 more inches of elbow room. Very beneficial. You have your shower curtain. Water will not be getting behind the doors. And again, the shower, I love comments on showers. It's the best thing to be at a show. You actually go in there and you do that in there. I go, look, sometimes we get vans back at the shop, never been used. Sometimes you can see where they put a dry cleaning rack. Sometimes that is where they let their dog, their little toy poodle go, and they put their little mat down. I mean, you got to this is a tool. We were talking about what this van is. This van is a tool to get you to your freedom, your destination, away, whatever the word is. This is simply a tool, and everybody uses a knife and a hammer different.
Why insist on a bathroom set?
I get experienced Class B folks that laugh at, that's wasted space, Nick. I'd rather have that as shower. Well, that's fine, but I don't like me personally. I'm not gonna be brushing my teeth in my kitchen sink. You know, it's pretty easy to be me as far as getting ready in the morning. You just wake up, shower, go to work. But brushing my teeth in the sink, that's kind of where the kitchen sink is, where I draw the line. I get it, how some people do that, but having that sink there, you never know. Clientele, I talked about clientele. We've got diverse age group. Another common question is the microwave, and everybody wants to everybody wants a convection here, and we are working very hard to find a convection that fits this location. I can't go any bigger. I can't go any longer. It's got to fit this. So that's one thing. Again, I'm okay talking about the things that you're asking that we are working on. Even if I don't have a solution right now, we're going to still keep plugging away. Sometimes somebody will listen to us, just like on ACs and other items. So again, this has got our fantastic insulation package with the cozy wrap up against the skin of the van and the rock wool behind the cozy wrap.
So tell us about the beds. So 2 twin beds, unless you want to bring them together.
Yep.
Or maybe just kind of walk us through.
We talked about the elevated storage back here. And you will take one of your 4 inserts, slide them in, slide them all the way down. You can take the top off of your lagoon table, insert that, and then take your backrest, take that backrest. There you go. You got a full bed. Rear screen. I don't want this thing to be just flying up, Scott. So very nice, positive locking.
So hope you enjoyed that video. I really enjoyed making it for you, and a big shout out to Nick at the Coachmen RV campus, walking us through the why they make Coachmen the way they do. And let me tell you, there is something distinctly different about a Coachmen RV when you walk through their Class B vans, whether it be a Nova on the Promaster, the Galleria on the Mercedes, or in this case, the Beyond 22D on the Ford Transit chassis. Subscribe to the channel, give it a thumb up if you learned anything in that video. Sure appreciate that. It helps YouTube share it out. And we're doing tons of video, places, van life tips. You don't want to miss any of it. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single video. Check out my website, Go Small, Live Large. Doing lots of events. We do roundups, get together for a couple hours. We do caravans, driving from point to point, and even sometimes a VANBOREE, which is we stay overnight. So thanks again for tuning in today. Appreciate you being part of this amazing audience, one of my audience friends. And until we see you again, I wish you to journey on. See you soon.